Welcome back, everybody. This is the Benjinator, and you're watching Let's Play Chrono Trigger. This is part 58, and so this is actually going to be a bonus video. So if you're looking to advance the plot, probably should skip to the next episode. But here we're actually going to be covering a few things that I may have missed. So we're at the Millennial Fair, of course, which we see at the very beginning of the game. And as you might remember, there are 3 separate games that you can actually play at the Ten of Horrors. The first one, of course, is that one where, you got Vix, Wedge, and Piet, and they are kind of mixing it up, and you have to find the right one, and you get a prize if you choose the right person. And if I recall, I didn't do that the first time, but I already got the prize for this video. The 40-point one, of course, is to get a clone, and it is something that you have to use to get Chrono back as part of the story, but you can actually get a clone for any character in the game that you want by playing 40 points. But now, there actually is a 90-point game that I'm going to play right now. And so this one I think is honestly the most fun. It can be a little bit difficult, and there's no guarantee I'm going to win, but I'm going to give it a shot. Because why not? It's the bonus video. And bonus videos oftentimes are fun. So anyway, so you want to bet 80 points. And so what you're actually doing in this game is that you are trying to attack monsters on multiple fronts, and you have to push them back into a cage. As you'll see, you have these kill wallas, and they're going to be pushing forward. And what you actually have to do is, yeah, I remember how to play this game now. So you have to hit there's a light that shows up every once in a while that will raise or lower Luca, or raise Luca, and you want to make sure that she doesn't get burnt. So that's the thing of the game. You have to push all these monsters back by launching little coins at them, while at the same time making sure that Luca does not get burned. So let's give it a shot. Anyway, so perfect. You have to just hit these things. You have to try to hit the back. You have to run over here. Oh, but I might lose in. Oh no! Oh no! 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 That was terrible. That was really bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm really bad at this game. But anyway, if you manage to succeed in that game, you get a cat. So it's really nothing too special. Anyway, I'm just gonna be back at Chrono's place, and I'm gonna be showing you some of the prizes you can get. So I'll be right back. All right, so here we are. So of course everything's okay here. How's Chrono's mom doing? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can actually introduce characters as well. Because remember, we did this with Marley in the beginning of the game. And also, if Lucas shows up, it's the same thing. So, yeah. We've all been kind of busy saving the world and all. Chrono's mom has absolutely no idea. So anyway, if you go up here, you'll actually see that 2 of the prizes. So the Chrono clone is back, and you can make him do all sorts of gestures just for fun. And of course, if you get the Chrono clone before you absolutely have to in the game, you can just grab him, and he'll be here. And this is actually a music box. And so one of the things that's kind of cool about this game is that you can get these prizes with every character. And for Chrono, Luca, and Marley, if you use the Piozo doll, it's going to play this theme, Marley's Lullaby, I believe it's called. But for any of the other characters, it'll actually play their theme music. And these prizes will end up in whatever might be considered to be the, quote, room of the character. So for Frog, it's his little den in the Cursed Woods. For Robo, it's the Protodome. For Magus, it's actually the North Cape in 12,000 BC. And for Ayla, it's her hut, and so on and so forth. So you kind of get the idea. So anyway, if you want to get these things for your characters, by all means, have some fun. No special items or anything, but it's still pretty cool. Just a nice little caveat. So anyway, there's a couple more things we have to do in the present, so I'll meet you over at Luca's house. Alright, so here we are at Luca's house, and there is her father, Tabin. And he actually has some things to give you. So he'll actually give you the Tabin suit, which is pretty cool. And I believe that this is her most powerful armor. But he's not quite done yet. There's also the Tabin helm, which is not as good as the Prism helm, so probably not worth it. And then finally, last but not least, you get the Tabin vest, which is not that spiffy. So anyway, let me just show you for a second. Because I believe that the Tabin suit is, I don't know if it's as good as the Nova armor or the Moon armor, but it's still pretty good. So the Tabin suit, yeah, guard against fire. Don't think it's as good as the Nova armor, but it's okay. So anyway, speaking of armor, there is one more thing that I do want to show you. and I'll be right back. We'll see you in Guardia Castle. Alright, so here we are in Guardia Castle once again, and this is one thing that I forgot to show you. There actually is a sealed treasure box here, but just like the ones that we've seen before, this one appears also in 600 AD. So what you want to do is go to the passageway that leads to the king's room, find it in 600 AD, try to open it, say no, and you come back here, and you get the red vest powered up, which is the red mail. And as you might expect, the red mail, just like the blue mail, the black mail, and the white mail, they all absorb certain types of attacks, and the red mail absorbs fire. So there are a couple of bosses or enemies in the next dungeon that do use fire, so if you feel like you want some extra protection, by all means. So anyway, now we want to go to 600 AD, where I'm going to show you something that's really kind of nifty. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are. Actually, we are in the Donadero Mountains. And this is a nifty little thing. Make sure that you have Frog at the head of your party, and make sure he's gotten the powered up Masamune. And this is actually kind of crazy. If you check this out. So these guys, of course, will throw rocks at you. And what you want to do is go up to one and grab it. Hit the X button. It says, I await thee, Freelancer. And so this little rock starts glowing. And you get the gold rock. So along with the blue rock and the black rock and the silver rock, now we have the gold one. So, a changed frog art eye. I'm not even sure if that's the thing. So, that's just kind of a nifty little caveat right there. You get to get another accessory. And, of course, these rocks, I'll be showing you the triple text that they allow you to use. Probably in a bonus video after the game's completion, so don't worry about that. So, anyway, now we're going to be going to 2300 AD, to the future, where I'm going to be showing you yet another extra. So, we'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, so before we go to 2300 AD, there is one other nifty little thing I'd like to show you here, and that is that you can actually fall down the waterfall in the Donadero Mountains, which is something that I have not done before. And this will give you the silver stud, which is actually a pretty cool piece of accessory that reduces your overall MP take, so definitely not a bad thing. And the silver earring, which does the same thing. So that's not too bad. So yeah, this is a previously unexplored region of the of the waterfall, so I just thought I would show you that. Nothing too spectacular. And then actually, if you go up here, then you can actually head back, I believe, to where you were in the first place. So, oh yeah, I did not even know about that. So anyway, now we're gonna head back to the 2300 AD. So I'll meet you there. Alright, so here we are back on the left side of the of Lab 32, where you get to race Johnny. So I actually forgot that I'd already picked up the race log. Apparently I did that in one of the early videos, but it's been about a month since I started this LP, so I completely forgot it. But let's try to put that race log to use. Let's talk to Johnny. So yeah, he's a nifty little gadget. RXXR, alright. Yep. And so this robot right here, what he will actually do, as you'll see in a minute, he is the log keeper. So he is actually somebody who can record your times, and I believe if you beat a certain time, then and you can choose the boost mode. I don't know if it actually makes that much of a difference. You may have to look that up online. Honestly, I've never been that particularly good at the racing game. As you can see, my skill with that Killwalla minigame back at the Tent of Horrors was just so incredibly bad that I didn't even bother. It's kind of the same thing with the racing game. I've fooled around with it. I think if you get a certain time, you may be able to get a certain item, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But anyway, if you feel like messing around with this minigame, you now have a means of recording your best times, and you may be able to get a secret item. So that's there for you if you like it. And so, last but not least, we're going to go back to 600 AD, just to see a neat little caveat that you might not have known. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are back at the cathedral that, remember, that Lean was captured at, where Yakura's gang was hiding out. So you might think that there's nothing special here, but there is actually a nun, a real nun, one that's not actually a monster. And so she says this whole thing about storms coming to an end and new hope and blah, blah, blah. So, keeping hope alive. I thought it was fitting, considering we're going to be going next to what is essentially the final dungeon in this game. So I thought a little bit of inspiration from a real nun might be appropriate. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video for Let's Play Chrono Trigger. And now we're going to be facing what might be the biggest challenge yet, and that, of course, is the Black Omens. That's where we're going to be going in the next video. This is the Benjinator. You're watching Let's Play Chrono Trigger. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.